There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who will
chef da casa militar presidente da República. O alto comando militar para a restauração de segurança nacional e ordem pública. Comunicado. Massa. Instaurado pela alta chefia do Frente das Forças Armadas. O alto comando militar para a restauração de segurança nacional e ordem pública acaba de assumir
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the local and grandfather.
And I think ya tu money, and I said ya tu money. And I wanna play ya tu money, and I put the boy ya tu money, and I didn't ya tu money, and I said ya tu money, and I wanna play ya tu money, and I put the boy ya tu money, and I forget ya tu money.
De alguns políticos nacionais com a participação de conhecido barão de droga, nacionais e estrangeiros, com tentativa de manipulação do resultado eleitoral.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the local and grandfather.
There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who waiting to serve. Especially that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving up here and the premise my best. To work with my life as again. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to G. From Cancun, Bombing, Kevon, Montserrat, San Tobacco. From Maryland, Bumpton to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Espaço aéreo nacional. Estabelecer recolher obrigatório das 19 horas até 6 horas, até as horas contrárias. Até repousar as condições necessárias para restaurar a normalidade constitucional do Estado da Guiné, do guineenses. O Alto Comando Militar para a Restauração de Segurança Nacional e Ordem Pública exercerá o poder do Estado e o chefe da Casa Militar e Presidente da República. O Alto Comando Militar para a Restauração de Segurança Nacional e Ordem Pública. Comunicado. Instaurado pela alta chefia de diferentes ramos das Forças Armadas, o Alto Comando Militar para a Restauração de Segurança Nacional e Ordem Pública acaba de assumir plenitude dos poderes do Estado da República da Guiné-Bissau. Profundamente comprometido com os valores de segurança nacional, paz civil, da defesa da integridade territorial e independência da Guiné-Bissau, o Alto Comando Militar para a Restauração de Segurança Nacional e Ordem Pública reage à descoberta de um plano em curso de desestabilização do nosso país, para a operacionalização da qual se montou um esquema operacional oriundo de alguns políticos nacionais com a participação de conhecido barão de droga, nacionais e estrangeiros, bem como tentativa de manipulação de resultados eleitorais. A efetivação desse plano foi descoberto pelo Serviço de Informação do Estado, um depósito de armamento de guerra. Assim, até que toda a situação seja convenientemente esclarecida e reposta as condições para pleno retorno à normalidade constitucional. O Alto Comando Militar para a Restauração de Segurança Nacional e Ordem Pública decide depor imediatamente o Presidente da República, encerrar até a novas ordens, todas as instituições da República da Guiné-Bissau. Suspender novas ordens, até a novas ordens, as atividades de todos os órgãos de comunicação social. Suspender imediatamente o processo eleitoral em curso. Encerrar a fronteira terrestre, marítimo, espaço aéreo nacional. Estabelecer recolher obrigatório das 19 horas até 6 horas, até as ordens contrárias. Até repousar as condições necessárias para restaurar a normalidade constitucional do Estado da Guiné, do guineenses. O Alto Comando Militar para a Restauração de Segurança Nacional e Ordem Pública exercerá o poder do Estado a contar desta data. O Alto Comando Militar para a Restauração de Segurança do Estado e Ordem Pública apela à calma, a colaboração dos guineenses e compreensão de todos perante essa grave situação imposta pela uma emergência nacional. Bissau, 26 de novembro de 2025, Alto Comando Militar para a Restauração da Ordem Nacional. Muito obrigado.
Yes. Okay, good. So we're good to go, people. We are good to go. Yeah. Life is not easy, But again, we are good to go. You got to end this song for some of us, Like last night, during the game, man, the game were asking me, some sorrowful questions, Yeah, these children, that was amongst the people who are quote unquote who aren't, who don't even understand. I'm sending the link around, people. Yeah, man, don't worry. If I let me do that quickly, people, please share the show. The show will be interesting today. So many things to talk about. Mark, I'm sharing the link. Yes, my phone was a little bit low. It's not easy to. That's the kind of life we live. So sometimes to move with only one gadget, it's not easy. When you're low now, then you have to recharge, or in fact, you got to put it on charge before you have any other information. But that's it. That's the beauty. It's good that way. We know. Look, in the military people, they are the kind of a group of people who are, in fact, they are unique in their own life, in their own way, because they were trained, to understand life, to move with life, out of the happiness. That's how some of us will look like. In fact, some of us how we look for us. We don't. In fact, we walk. Yeah. We get to, or is it Megan to? But that's the beauty of life. We walk. Every day we walk. We walk to go home. We walk to come to work. We walk to go up and down. Everywhere we want to go, we walk. But guess what? The same politicians that are accusing us, that are insulting us, that want to jail us, they ride on the best of cars. Again, that's the beauty of life. So, people, good evening. Today is Wednesday, the May week of the Sktv show. Today, the show will be interesting. The show will be more than hot. Share the show, people, and invite someone. Let the person to also follow, because the show will be interesting. And today, we have so many things to talk about with that latest news coming from Guinea-Bissau. Those of you who don't know, Guinea-Bissau from right here, West Africa. And according to information, the military people are already taking over the country, and they are not telling the politicians, go home and rest. Oh, they life interesting. Sometimes there's some life, sometimes when it's just difficult for you to solve certain problem. No need for you to even work on anything anymore. Just go home and rest. That's just simple. If politician can solve the problem, let them go home. No need. No need. Every time we share blame, it's America. It's the other group of people, is the Western people, is this and that. It's the Western people that are stealing your money. It's the Western people that buy $1.4 million car. Like, for example, President Joseph Yimambuaka. His cars. So that Western people buy all of these kind of cars, or even the 10 million feeder. Now, Western people being it. But what we want to share blame. Man. So let's share the show, people. Yeah, let me see quickly. The team will join us. We are good to go. Thanks to all of you, Mante Blue people, those of you who supported Chelsea yesterday. Go even to all of you and FC Barcelona people. Also, we even that's the beauty of the game. You know, these games make some of us, you know, to stress free our life. And like I was saying, there were yesterday, my little begin were asking me this question, you know, as to when I started following Chelsea. You know, if I start calling ages, but you know, he said, "Daddy, you were 1 year or 2 years, or what was your age when you started following Chelsea?" I say, "Yeah, my son." More quickly before you come on, I said, "Well, you're talking about 1 year, 2 years, my son." By that time, I was on a bullet. I was on a bullet. He said, "What do you mean by bullet?" Yeah, imagine my lesson. You know, mom begin asking when I start following football, when I start following Chelsea. So it's like calling ages. You know, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I said, "Man, so all the years you're calling, by that time I was on a bullet. I was running up and down. Man, in fact, your grandmom, your parents, all of them, in fact, they were carrying me back to back on the bullet. So I don't even know whether they were Chelsea called team. In fact, by that time, I even called Chelsea or existed by that time. I was on a bullet. So, Mark, that's the life that we live. But today, the life of our children, I would want to see them living a better life and experiencing something good. But against it, politicians are still holding and pulling. But my dear brother, good evening. What's up? Have a thing. Well, Mark, I'm not getting you. I don't know whether you're coming for your end, but I'm not getting you, though.
I don't know what's happening. You hear me?
Okay, now, yes, at least a little bit, but try to recalibrate, maybe increase your volume.
Yeah, let me. My volume is increased. I think I got to refresh the browser. I think that's what's happening here.
Yes,
Hopefully,
all right, that's good. So, people, you please share the show. The show will be interesting. Whether it's wish on, any kind of way you want to tell me anything, whether it's wish on, is on which. Well, how come we are not hearing about the 10 million video? But again, people are no, very interesting, man. I can tell people they will always do this country like this so that you out there, the little man, so you can suffer more. But if you don't have common sense,
yep.
Yeah, if you don't have common sense, they will use you because they make everything look like, in fact, they are working for you, but it's a blatant lie.
It's a lie.
But, Mark, I think you are much better.
Yeah, you hear me, right? Well, today is Wednesday. Thank God to be here another day. We are midweek edition of Sktv. Wednesday, officially the 26th of November. We are ready to rock and roll for the next 2 hours. I would say yesterday was very interesting. The game yesterday. I think your prediction came true. For my team, we broke down before the game even started. I'm not trying to take anything for Chelsea, even though we have our own challenges in terms of injuries and player returning. But the red card yesterday from Araujo, it changed the entire dynamic of the game. And that's when Chelsea gained that numerical advantage, and they took advantage of it. And yesterday, I would say, hats up to, how they call it, Esteval, the 18-year-old Brazilian. He was the man of the show yesterday. And Kokoria, people say they gave him credit because he was able to stop Lamine Yamal. I said, no, you didn't watch the game. Lamine Yamal spent most of the time playing defense. So he couldn't take the ball to Kokoria. Yeah, there were a couple of chances that he was able to win the ball from Lamine Yamal, but 100% failed Lamine Yamal, and him playing in his position rather than defending, it would have been a different story. But Chelsea, yesterday, they took advantage of their numbers, and that's what you do. When the game is in your favor, you put your foot on the neck of your opponent until you strangle them. That's what Chelsea did. The moment they realized that Barcelona was discombobulated, the injury issue, they were down by one man. No, they piled up the pressure on them until they got a 3 goal. That's how you win the game. You don't give your opponent chance to come back. And I will give a kudos to your coach yesterday. He was on top of his game. That's how you want to coach your game, especially when you play against a big team. Because when you play against a big team, it's not about the game, it's about their mentality. They believe that they are good, they can come back at any time. So leading them by one, don't think that you have won the game already. Keep adding up the goal until you get to the point where they believe that, you know what, today just now was Delewu threw in the tower, and that's exactly what happened yesterday. Baka threw in the tower, and it was a good day for Chelsea. But anyway, still the group stage, we got a long way to go in the Champions League.
Yes, indeed, Mark. To that quickly, let me say thank you. In fact, you said something about don't allow your opponent to come. In fact, you got to move into them like that. And in fact, Mark, even politically, that was always happen. And that's the beauty of the game. And like you stated, my brother, because yesterday, let me frank, right? And mom, let's go back to the young generation, the 18 years old they talk about. I think none of them now, most of the team, they are no longer interested in signing players who are maybe quote unquote 24, 25, 20, you know, the kind of ages. They're not going back to the younger one. Mom, what are you sensing?
Well, for the younger one, they got advantage. They got potential. They can grow. They are still learning, because in football, you reach your prime between the ages of, I would say, 27 to 32. When you pass 32 years in the modern game, you can only decline. You cannot get better. Especially that's why you see most clubs, when they sign your player, by the time you reach 32 years, they only give you 1 year contract based on your performance before they can extend your contract, because at that time your body is prone to injury. You are not getting any better. Age is catching up with you. You are getting slower. So when an 18-year-old comes and he make a name for himself on the world stage, it means that the sky is the limit, because he's not even in his prime yet. Like that's why you see the Nico Williams, the Lamine Yamal, the Estevao, they will be great, because not too many players able to hit that level at the age of 18. For Lamine Yamal, he was only 16, not even 18. Only a few players in history that were able to reach such a high mark in football. Maybe we'll say Kimpele. I don't know about Diago. I would say maybe the Brazilian monk himself, because he was just 20 years old when he won the first war bet. I was the youngest ever in history to have done that. Then I would say who again? Marco Owen, Wayne Rooney. These were 16 and 17-year-old that were playing football and they were already in their 30s. That's why me Estevao and the Lamine Yamal, they are exceptional. They are extraordinary. So that's what I would say.
Yes, indeed. More thank you, because even if you listen to Chelsea coach, he also said that people shouldn't pressure the young players, because they still have a lot of things ahead of them. Yes, indeed. In fact, he admitted that people want to even be comparing them now with a lot of Messi and a lot of Ronaldo. Stop pressuring the young.
That's the media. How the media operate.
And that's a fact, though, because for me, I think in our life nowadays, the young people should be given opportunity, because this thing about, oh yes, you know, experience the old age and this and that, no. Let's give the young people, because they have the talent. But Aliu, I don't know whether you're watching again yesterday, and you people are Real Madrid people, and tonight you will be playing. But what say you with the game?
Mabel, Mom, what's up?
What's up, Ali?
My man Mabel, yesterday when you were on your live, you say you know what will be the news headline. And I told you the news headline will be Chelsea dismantle Barcelona. And what I told you. My man, you get in a fast food area center around you there, because I want you to be eating something, you be drinking while you on the show, or you want to carry home for mailing.
Go ahead, my people.
I want you to be eating something while you sitting over there. Oh, okay, no problem. Take it home to Meili and her man. Share with them. Say, come and celebrate with me. Okay?
And indeed, Mark, let me just say, they will ask you and Brother Aliu, I know how come you people from Spain, how come you people are not friendly? But that would be the question. Well, yesterday, Mark, certain things that I really observed, because I went home. Actually, I think about watching a game, as well, but I think about the family home and other people. So I said, okay, let me go. But then, Mom, guess what? All the children, everybody jubilating, people celebrating, but you don't even understand what's going on. What you are celebrating, because people celebrating. Mom, what sense, or in fact, what kind of muffin are you getting from this kind of muffin? What we're seeing our children, young people, they are all now into all of these things.
It's the excitement, is the euphoria, and people, when you're in an environment where people are happy and people are jubilating, you are most likely to respond in that manner. They are not celebrating because they watch the game or because they understand the game, but they've seen a lot of adults that are happy running around the community. It brings life. I told you about sports and entertainment. That's why soccer player, basketball player, they are well known around the world, even presidents. Because who cares about politics? Only a few people pay attention to politics. But when it comes to sports and entertainment, especially for football is a global sport, or soccer, as we call it here. It got the biggest audience. Whenever there is a Clásico between Real Madrid and Barcelona, the target audience around the globe is 400 million people that watch that game. That's the biggest sporting event. There is no event on the planet. Even the inauguration of the president in America won't even come closer to that. That's what tell you the popularity and the outreach of football. And even when it comes to global affairs, the United Nations, the UNICEF, they always use soccer's ambassador because they can appeal to people during time of crisis, during time of war. When it comes to racism, they use sport people from the sporting background to carry the message because they are well known worldwide and they carry some kind of gravitas in terms of appealing to every generation, the older people, the younger people, people of the middle ages. They all pay attention to sports and entertainment. That's what makes them powerful. That's why they are celebrities and they are well known all over the world. Even children subscribe and look up to them. Yep.
Good. So to the question, Mark, how come you people are not friendly, Real Madrid and other Barcelona? Because I was expecting the Barcelona supporters or fans or well-wishers to support you people last night, but another way. What happened? Let me ask you first. I'll come out of Brazil.
Madrid people and Baga are forever rivalry, you know. No, it's not about Spanish solidarity. It's not about the Spanish. You're almost like Manchester United and Liverpool playing in England, right? If Liverpool were playing another team from another country, Manchester fans will support that team because it's their number one rival. You know, Real Madrid, they got a saying, they say, every team in Europe is afraid of Real Madrid, and Real Madrid is afraid of Barcelona. Anybody that went to play Real Madrid, they get it in the mind that they are the most successful club, they got the most record in terms of Champions League, in terms of trophy. But one team is noted for cutting Madrid pantry any day of the week is Barcelona. So when Barcelona is playing another team, Madrid people won't say, oh, because it's a Spanish team, so we should support Spanish team. No, they will be cheering for that team. So even the Enzo or Dole, the Sekou, all of them were commenting yesterday. I told you, I said they are all Madrid fans. I know Ali too is a Madrid fan. So they were very happy for Chelsea yesterday. Not that because they love Chelsea, but they hate Barcelona more than they love Chelsea.
Yes. Even tonight we playing or Barcelona, we be cheering.
Oh, Baga will be on your team. Will be against you.
so you see, that CDC United Party.
These two teams for me, I'm just confused because, like for example, even though I'm a Chelsea supporter, but Arsenal tonight, I want to cheer for Arsenal, but you don't see this thing happening between that Real Madrid and another Barcelona. But I look back to you. What say you with all of the happening? Why you think this is happening? Because more just make it clear that because of the kind of thing, or maybe the way people think that you people are giant and you know Barcelona always breaking you down. Is that what's happening or what?
My man, hey, Barcelona and Real Madrid, these are the two big teams, giant teams in the world. We get other teams, but everybody know when they say Madrid and Barcelona. So they have Madrid sometimes when I see Barca down for Barca see Madrid down for. So that's why I say that United Party and CDC Barcelona.
Well,
that's it. The classical, right?
Barca shouldn't get it.
Real Madrid, maybe apart from the soccer aspect of the rivalry between Real Madrid and Barcelona, it's even political. Or in Spain, on the Spanish Empire, Madrid, what they call it, royal, they call them Los Merengues. They believe that they are of royal blood, that they are superior to anyone in Spain. They are the one that control the central government. They are the one that make the laws. They are the one that make the rules. That is why in Spain, the same way you get a Vatican, Italy, almost like an internal city, the Spanish people wanted the people from Catalonia. They wanted their own country. They didn't want to be on the jurisdiction of Real Madrid because when you follow football in the late 90s and early 2000s, Real Madrid had a policy wherein when the league is tight between they and Barcelona, they will hire lawyers to take Barcelona players to court on the issue of not paying taxes. So it will play on Barcelona players' minds psychologically, and Madrid will come and win because they don't want control. They don't want to get the state power. They are the one that control the government. They control everything in the country. So at a certain point in time, even Barcelona applied to play in the French league. As a country of their own to call themselves Catalonia. That's why they get their own flag other than the Spanish flag. Because, but you know what? It never worked. They are lawmakers and think they voted against it. So Barcelona still remain on the Real Madrid authority. But it's not only about soccer, it's all about politics as well. That's why make the rivalries extremely strong and very brutal. That's one aspect too. So it's more than just football. It's all about culture.
Wonderful. That's great. I like that more. But on a very serious note, yesterday that you stated sports or entertainment is good for our health. It's also good for our lives because all of these things make us happy and so forth. But more quickly, is there anything in health? Because say you started that already, at least maybe you can gist us with some of the things because happiness also sometimes lead to another thing. Because if you can still recall, I think that was Barcelona game. I don't know which one the team that was leading Barcelona 2-0, and Barcelona redeemed, and that also caused someone death. Monk, what? Let's go back to health. Too much happiness, sometimes cause problem or what?
Oh yeah, it can lead to a heart attack too. The people can warn you that you cannot be. You know, some people that can be placing bet. In Africa, the betting thing is a very huge business. People put their money on it, and some people can invest too much into the game mentally that when their team end up losing, I don't know. They think it's just what they call it sports and entertainment. It's all about entertainment purposes. But some people, you know, we are all different, and people got different kind of a stake. They got different way how they view things. Some people will take their salary. Some people will bet their property, their stores. I think you remember. I think one of the Chelsea game, one of the driver in Nigeria, he drove into the market square, killing I think 13 people. And he was mad because I think Barcelona ended up losing to the same Chelsea. You can remember that, I think it was the 2012 when Fernando Torres walked in our goal when Barcelona attacked until they forgot about that defense and Fernando Torres scored that long goal. Yeah, or driver, he ran. It happened in Kenya too. And sometimes terrorists even use that to their advantage. When people are in a large gathering in an entertainment spot, they will go there and carry on suicide bombing. It happened in Kenya. So some people, like I said, they put too much stake into the game, but the thing is all about entertainment. Whether you love the team to death, you cannot put too much into it. At the end of the day, these players are only entertaining us. They got nothing to do with your life. So you can invest too much into it. Just enjoy it and enjoy the moment and make fun, have the conversation, knock a couple of bottles together, laugh and merry. That's all it's all about. That's why they call it sports and entertainment. Not to go and kill somebody, no. Or to get high attack because your team end up losing. No, that's not what the game is all about.
Yes, Mark, you're correct. But another thing, when it comes to health, do you have any other maybe information you want to share with us quickly before we transition?
No, our health will be on Monday. I mean, it's not every day thing.
Okay, all right, that's good. Yeah, at least that's good. Thank you, my dear. But about another thing on your mind, or maybe that you've been following throughout the other internet quickly, because we have so many things to talk about today with the issue of the the former first lady. Is that the Cloud Foundation? And so many things to talk about. The policy, the issue that are going on, even in Guinea-Bissau and so forth. But another thing quickly, they want to chip us in with them transition to Abadali.
Well, for the politics, not too much. I mean, the Cloud Foundation thing, I predicted, I said they will build a circle, they will come up, they will use their state power, they will come after the CDC-led government, they will work their way to the top. When you're doing investigation, you start from the bottom. I'm like when you cut a tree, you clear the branches and the other tree, the little ones from around, but you targeting one, targeting the main tree. The reason you want to go for the smaller fish is you can use them as pawn to give you information to turn against your target. That's exactly what they will do. Whether it's the McGill, the Samuel Twer, the Cloud, I know Unity Party got one objective, and that's to work their way up to President Weah, and they will get to him. It's just a matter of time. So I predicted that when I saw the story this morning. They get their able-bodied lieutenant in place, but they called in, how you called in, said the asset recovery team. They want the payment vouchers. They want receive. They want to build of quantity. They are just trying to do something to make it look legitimate, like we want transparency. Because one thing I said on the show, for me, I don't look at the politics too much. There will always be time for politics. Something that I said, the idea that the former first lady was in the budget, I knew it was a constitutional violation. But by then, people were not paying attention. I said it on the show. I was like, this is the worst thing to do. This woman is not a public official. She's not part of the government. She cannot be in the budget. I know Unity Party, like I said, Unity Party were the one that put a structure in place for post-war Liberia under Madam Sirleaf. They know where all the bodies are buried. They've been in politics for 12 good years. They ran that country. They know how to come after you. And they would do exactly what I predicted. So when I saw the news this morning from the criminal code or whatsoever talking about transparency and asset recovery, I just knew it was just one of those exercises. And the second thing was the Ministry of Justice blocking the LRA when it comes to revenue. That one I listened to a little bit of the hearing, a snippet of the hearing, But then the front page article carried the story. I think they cover it in a little bit detail. So those were the only two things that I came across for today. The Claudia issue and the whole thing about the LRA. And these are the people that tell us that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you were ending because I wanted to also take you away because I know that you're also following the foreign news about Guinea-Bissau. Quickly, then we transition to
Ali.
Oh, yeah.
Well, for me, it's nothing new. I told you, we live in the 21st century. Melbourne, the whole thing about democracy was not meant for Africa. Even in America, at a certain point, they can struggle with their own democracy. The whole thing, the only difference is they got a lot of structure in place. They got federal statutes, they got state laws. But at the end of the day, when you look at the whole structure here, it still depends on the military. The military is the one that keeps society in check, law and order. So don't mind, I think about the Justice Department, the Supreme Court. No, at a certain point in time, you saw what happened with the removal of the speaker, wherein the Constitution can collide with the very same or laws in the country when it comes to interpretation. But at the end of the day, when everything else fails, the only place you look up to or the only people you look forward to happens to be the military. And when you get a criminal cartel in place, people won't resort this. They will live in the 21st century. Other countries are moving forward. When you get a bunch of criminals and money launderers running your country, when they cannot respect the law, at a certain point in time, the military will take over because the military was trained for this particular reason. That when things are messing, when things are getting messed up, you got to come and mop the floor. That's why you see, I tell you, when you follow history, you might call them dictator, you can call them authoritarian, but most of the country in history that did remarkably well were people that had military general. They were not going by constitution. Whether it was Libya with Gaddafi, whether it was Thomas Sankara, whether it was Saddam Hussein, everywhere in the world, at a certain point, even Dwight Eisenhower in America was a former military general. Military go by certain order. They got a chain of command. They are disciplined. They know how to come and map up the flow. So when they sit on the sideline and they see the country is being pushed over the cliff, when nowhere to wait, they got to come and take charge. And that's exactly what militaries around Africa are doing. They whole thing about democracy and lawmaker and constitution. No, it's not working because they don't even have regard for the constitution. They don't have regard for the law. And when you can't respect the law, then technically you are running your casino. There's no law and order. And when there are no law and order, the military will come and put things in place. That's why we got military in society for. Nothing more than that. Let me tell you what to Ali. I think I've been talking a lot.
Yes, wonderful. But Ali, what say you with all of the happening? What are some of the things maybe that caught your attention and maybe in passing? In a maybe outside of Liberia, if you want to chip in also on the other scene.
Yeah, Babel, we see all the major happening. What's happening? First of all, this whole issue, like I said, for me, I always say this: I'm more interested when it comes to economic crime code than war crime code, because we don't elect leaders for them to come and destroy the country, enrich themselves and go. This is what I always say. Or the Constitution, they had to do so many amendments. Those nonsense they have in the Constitution when you become president, in as much you wasn't impeached, you can do anything at the end of your tenure, nobody go after you. They need to cut that nonsense from there, because we are seeing other African countries around the world where their past leaders today, they have been persecuted for corruption. And if we continue to have that in our constitution, our country every now and then will be complaining of corruption. The other president will come and say, oh, you stole, you went. The other person too, when they come, and they want to do the same thing because they know they will go with impunity. So this thing, they are not good. The whole Club Marie Weah Foundation thing is up to the government. We know this government, they said that when they come to power, they will go after corrupt officials, they will do this, they will do that. The only thing, like for me, I always say this: when President Boubacar came to power, he started to go after people for corruption, past officials. I embraced the idea, but what really got me disappointed was you can't be going after people for corruption, and then your government started, the moment they keep in, they started with stealing. Till today, it continues. Every sector, every area in the country, every governmental agency, ministry, you think about their corruption allegation, people. So how will you be going after people when you carry on the city, a coal in your eye, and you tell somebody to clean their ass? So I don't know. The whole thing is another distraction again. They are coming always because we know, like the last time the president traveled, because he was coming by empty-handed, boom, they came with Finabonu and her daughter. Now he has traveled again, coming back with empty hand. They coming with Cloud Marie Weah Foundation, while people are discussing about the $1.2 billion budget, that nothing there for civil servant, nothing there to benefit the people in the country, and they know the way they're looking, talking about the Aslam Military, do all of these things. They say, okay, let's come with another distraction. You want to go after Cloud Marie Weah, you can go, and then anything you want to do is up to you, the government. When you find her guilty, do what you want to do. For me, I don't have time for most of these things because let them do what they want to do. Tomorrow, when they leave power, the same thing will go after them. But me, I just see the whole Cloud Marie Weah thing as another distraction from the main issue about this ArcelorMittal, the $1.2 billion budget. So me, I just see it as distraction. It's not going to go anywhere. How far we gone with Finabodo and Hodolo, and like all of us going down, you will not hear nothing. That's the end. These are all distraction, so I don't fall for it. Like
wonderful. These are all distractions.
In Guinea-Bissau today, see, this thing is happening right now. I think all of government now, they had to put their feet down and deliver for their people, because this thing, for the sake of peace, is the Africa. People notice that, oh yes, we are African and we get all the natural resources. We are not going anywhere. Our leaders keep enriching themselves while we are suffering. So people like this, no, we had to take them down by force. So other leaders now who are playing some shagara with their people in their country, they had to see this thing and go on the right path to do what they were elected for to deliver. Or else, just know that you will be the next target. Don't feel that you are exempted, that you are untouchable. Those other people felt that they were untouchable. Where are they today? So people had to be very careful. It's just a warning and signal to other African leaders who are governing their country uselessly and recklessly. It's a warning to them.
Well, great. Thank you, Brother Aliu. And quickly, let me just chip in on some of these things that you and that among you talk about. Because on a very serious note, these are things that have been trending. And in fact, Liberians, they are watching. Even though there was this ugly scene yesterday, somewhat around in red light between our security officers. I think, according to confirmed reports, alleged that PSA officers and that of the Pittsville City Police officers was into some scuffles. In fact, at the red light, and mind you, that area is so populated that even if you want to have any kind of scuffles or maybe fight between maybe you and another your colleague, that will also cause some unnecessary scene. So yesterday, I think our people, some people are calling some of us, attacking some of us, even though we're into entertainment or school business, but they were also attacking us into some of the thing. And that thing, I think, is bad. I think the government had to react to that. That's not the kind of country that we want to see our security officers fighting back to back. Then we'll also talk about the issue of this, the blockade of the revenue issue, undermining the budget. That's the questions that have been asked. And there are a lot of accusations, information been coming out of the National Port Authority. They are now also contributing to the budget, according to confirmed reports, and that of the LPRC. I don't know how that happened, Mark, but again, maybe we'll take one of our days here to also discuss some of the issues as to how come some of the entities that are supposed to contribute to the budget, they are not contributing. But you have that, for example, you have Ministry of Labor. You are requesting the Ministry of Labor to contribute $10 million. For me, I don't even get it more quick. Maybe you and maybe Brother Ali, you can educate some of us maybe on that quickly before I continue with some of my observation. But Ministry of Labor, that's supposed to be talking about the welfare of white folks, even though they will contribute maybe a certain amount of money, but the money that they should contribute certain amount more. Well, we hearing is that another form of telling you that, yeah, just leave the job. Maybe if you can't make it, then you just resign.
No, when you follow the whole thing is or you need to know the operation that happening in the government. You got to study what's happening, and you will know exactly what's happening in the country if you can really pay attention. The reason is it almost like the state-owned enterprises, they are into money laundering and giving kickbacks to the people in the executive or the president himself. Because you will ask yourself, the state-owned enterprises, and why every time LPRC and Freeport are always in the discussion, right? You know, all government functions are not created equally when it comes to the financial aspect. There are only few agencies or ministry that will be able to generate funds, right? Maybe you would say your LTA, Telecom, and the Freeport and the LPRC. These are areas that generate money, right, on a daily basis because they kind of day-to-day transaction that happen there. So the same people that told us that they are proposing a historic budget of 1.2 billion, they are the one taking state-owned enterprises to court because they say persistently it's not the first time happening. It happened even during the previous administration. I will keep saying nothing has changed in Liberia because we talk about this even during the Weah administration. So when you look at the whole operation, it's almost like when you president, you put your tribal people or your able-bodied lieutenant in strategic area that can generate money. Let me let Nokal, the Freeport, the LPRC, area that can generate that very lucrative in terms of that day-to-day operation. So maybe they are paying kickback into the president's pocket because if you are running a state-owned enterprise, the government is counting on you to remit into the government account in terms of revenue. But you have the LRA of all people taking you to a criminal court because they say consistently and persistently. So the first thing that came to my mind, like, okay, if the state-owned enterprises are not remitting to the government cover, then how are they beating expectation when it comes to revenue? That's a lie, which means it's a lie. The recent thing we heard, or one of the things we heard in quite recent time was the whole the whole idea that they were going to charge storage fee to reduce prices. So the question you will ask is, how LPRC again is back in the news? I thought this LPRC should have been the one that's supposed to reduce prices to help the poor people, right? But they are the one not even remitting into the government account. So it means the so-called money that they claim to save from people who have their storage tank and their storage facility, they are not even making payment into the government's cover. That's a higher form of criminality. And the LRA is accusing them of violating the public financial management law. It's an act of Congress. So it means the biggest criminals in the society are the ones that are running the government. That's just what it means. You denigrate it, you attack a Liberian own business, claiming that they are charging or consumers higher prices. But the same taxes you are collecting, you are not even putting into the government account. It means you are more of a bigger criminal than people who we are trying to accuse of nickel and diming the state. That's just why it is. So I don't know. But you know what? You won't get nothing from the lawmaker, even though they are violating the law, because when you get your LRA taking you to a criminal court for not making remittances into the government account, I don't know what kind of crime can be bigger than that. And like I said, they are not doing it independently. They must be having some kind of a bargain because nobody will be brave to be at the Freeport of Monrovia or the LPRC. You are generating government revenue, but you cannot even put it into the government account. So technically, it's a susu club, and they are all acting like Kiri, right? They're keeping the money and taking the money, putting it in their pocket. That's why it is. But this is not new.
Wonderful. More. Thank you for that splendid maybe education. But Ali, what say you? Because I want to proceed with my talking, but let's go back to the issue of people are not contributing to the budget. And these are, for example, even if you go back to the National Port Authority, you will see their gateway to liberal economy.
Just before Ali come in, I left a major point out, right? Now, state-owned enterprises are violating financial management law, which is an act of Congress. That's a big crime. They are not putting money to the government cover. Then guess who is playing quarterback to protect them? The Minister of Justice of all people, claiming he was the one that blocked the LRA from even filing the lawsuit or saying that it will be a conflict of interest to defend two government entities. Are you serious? So are there not other people? Can you not follow this thing another way? Why would you want to block the LRA by legal means, saying that it's a conflict of interest because you cannot defend or play defense for two separate entities in the same government? It does not make any sense. So technically what it means is the justice minister is taking his marching order from someone at the top, maybe up to the president, to come and justify why these people are stealing from the Liberian people. That's just what it means. Because you are not paying into government cover, you violating the procurement, public financial management law, and you telling me, of all people in the country, the justice minister is the one that is coming to build it out. How do you explain that to the common man on the street? This is why military take over. You don't have a government in Liberia. You don't play by rules. You don't have a constitution. It's almost like you operate a ghetto. No structure, no rule and order. You just take people money because you assume they won't talk nothing. But hey, how can the justice minister be the one here to come and play defense for state-owned enterprises against the LRA? How do you explain that?
And more follow-up to you. These are same people who also running after other people more. So let's go back. Same we already into the discussion before we go over to Brother Aliu. What say you with the issue that if you have the coal in your eyes, but you are unable to even fight to clean the coals in your eyes? But then you are telling other people that no, we got to clean yourself because if you are the one who have so many coals maybe in your eyes. Mom, what say you? Because they are not living there with all of the allegations of corruption, stealing back to back, alleged they are calling $10 million villa at maybe someone around in Foya, low for accountable. Then they are running after other people. Are they doing these things for political gain, or they are doing it just maybe to create tension, to create chaos? Because mind you though, if you push me against the wall more, if I can't penetrate the wall, I may bounce back. So what's going to happen?
You're going to Ali? Ali, you want to go first?
Maybe the problem here, this whole thing is state-owned enterprise. Those people, we expect them to contribute to the budget. And we had a 2024 budget, the 2025 budget. This is 2026 budget. And those people, they are not contributing to the budget. Why you think so? Because like Mon said, and I said it before, these things are happening because the president is getting kickback. This man came to just rip this country off, get his money, keep it so that when he leave power tomorrow, he can live the best of life. Today, you see Joseph Boakai wearing $95,000 watch. Yesterday, when George Weah wear $1,000 shoe, they go on BBC. These are some of the things. It's not anything. The president is getting caught for all of these things. This is the man that came to rescue the country. Like Mo once said, Joseph Boakai spent the rest of his life in government. He's supposed to know what this country is faced with. And as I always said, Joseph Boakai could have been one of the best presidents ever in the history of our country. But it is quite unfortunate. You see, you can be 80 years old president who been in government the rest of your life to be heading this country the way it is today. You get state-owned enterprises, the Freeport, LPRC, all of those people, and Water and Sewer, Mo Ali, them. These people, they are not contributing to the national budget. And then today, people going after the labor minister for giving work permit, and even though, yes, he's supposed to do it like that, he can say that's the only way he can generate money to contribute to the budget. But why are the other people, they are not doing it? Why is the president so quiet? And you see the justice minister going there for them. Why? Because he works at the way and pleasure of the president. This man, he's the only person I think that can disagree with the president. But no, have we ever seen that saying he took over to say one day he had disagreed with the president with all of these things that are happening? No. Even doing the legislative impact, he knew why he did. It wasn't right, but he did it because he was doing it to please the president. So this is so sad for our country that we get old people in the government that we expect better from them, and they are performing very, very poor today. And this is so sad. The moment you say this, the Unity Party people, and Liberia is one of the countries where I see people who are living in poverty, and they stay to defend the people that are cause of the poverty they are living in. And no wonder why when they continue to say we are the second lowest IQ country in the world, because you will not see that anywhere. All the cause for somebody to be suffering, you know I'm the cause for your suffering, but when somebody say out there, you go to insult them. What's the logic in it? Why are these people are not contributing to the budget? All the money they are generating from the put, the gateway to the country, the free put, where are the money going? LPRC, where the money going? Water and Sewer and all of state-owned enterprises, all the money they're generating, where are the money going? Then Mo Ali will be making loud mouth, then they go and check. Then they go and check. If I say he's taking the money to a horse, they should go there, he will be giving cheek. And they right to do some of these things because we get a president that is not in control. And this is why I don't really see when Mr. Kumi said nothing has changed. Because people said George Weah was not in control. And the same thing today, Joseph Boakai is not in control. People will just tell him, Papi, just sit over there. lead the thing. Don't lead our people, let it be causing their noise. And this is how those people, they are running the country. Today you get $1.2 billion budget. And we see those people to contribute to the budget. So all the money they're generating, where are they carrying the money? What are they doing with it? The president is not speaking. And when they make it, they say, oh, we are never used to speak. Have workers spoken on any of these issues that are happening?
Hell
Why
no, he's not
contributing to the budget? He keep quiet. And this is why I say he's quiet, because he getting his share.
He's a kitty.
He getting it. Yeah. This old man, he's good at that. Why it come to getting caught and thing, President Bwaka remain quiet. You will be talking, say he even said he even said no what is happening in the country. Because he know this man, he even said, I believe Joseph Bwaka even said get intention of running 2029. And this is why he just acting dormant in the running the country. Anyhow, they feel like he's saving your money. At your age, what you really want to do with money again, old man? This man, if he had the mindset, if he knew about governance, Joseph Bwaka could transform that country. But he just, as old as he is, he want to be living a luxurious life as old as you are. This is so sad for our country. So I continue to say this. This is why the president remain quiet, because he's getting his share. You're going after Cloud Mary we are today. Going to 8 to 9 months that nobody can tell all about the $10 million project in Lofa County. When you add the presidential press secretary, she can't say anything. She will get through or more. Nobody in the government can come and tell her anything. And you people say you're going after people for corruption. This is a government of accountability. Why today you can't tell Liberian people, okay, all they know that are going on, this is the source of this project. This is where the funding and thing coming from. So this is why I say I was very much disappointed when this government started with stealing and they said they want to go after past officials. I was already embracing the idea of them going after past officials. But the step that they came in with, this one that disappointed me, and I'm still disappointed up to now. I don't know.
The funny thing to it, right? You know, this administration let they have a communication issue. They cannot be consistent when it comes to communication. They can contradict themselves on every major topic. When I was listening to the part of the hearing yesterday, and even the story carried on by Front Page Africa, because like I said, they cover a little bit of detail. I didn't watch the entire hearing. I just got a snippet of it. The LRA people are saying that their failure to remit into the government cover undermine the mobilization goal of the LRA. And they say if they will contribute fully to the government revenue cover, then it means the LRA will be able to come closer to their goal. So technically what the LRA is saying, because these guys cannot remit into the government account, it causing problem when it comes to generating taxes for us, and we won't be able to reach our goal. So the question I ask myself, if you cannot be able to reach your goal because state-owned enterprises cannot pay in the government account, then how are you beating expectation on the budget? Why you keep telling us that the budget is overperforming rather than underperforming? So you're saying one thing in public, but when you go to court or to a hearing, you say something totally different from the reality. That's how I came to the conclusion that only the chief executive got to be receiving some kind of a kickback, because in any serious government or any serious president, anyone who fails to make remittances into government kind of automatic firing and maybe prosecution, because that's broad stealing. You're generating government revenue and you're not putting it in the government's account. That's the highest form of stealing one could engage in. Most especially when you violate the public financial management laws. We have laws in Liberia. Like I say, it's an act of Congress. We mean it's a law, just like a constitutional law. So how our president said that, he doesn't talk about this thing. And the third question is, why LPRC and Freeport, of all the state-owned enterprises, they are the two major examples. Anytime, anywhere, from where government to Joseph Bwaka government, because like I said, it's a money laundering entity, and the president and his entourage are getting their cut. Because if you send me to the Freeport of Monrovia as a managing director, if this president and his people are not getting a cut, I won't be brave enough to get the government money and pull in my pocket. It won't happen. So it means they are acting on orders. That's what I'm saying. From the national security budget to the state-owned enterprises, it's almost like they are slush fund, or they are the raining days account for the president, that his retirement package that he can take and walk out of the presidency. That's why they will be brave to collect revenue without eating the people's money, because the man who runs the government, the chief executive, he said he's getting a kickback. That's the only reason. It can be the only logical explanation to make. and you get a justice minister black in the process. Think about that. Who you think giving him the orders?
Indeed, Mark. Let me say this to you and that, but I'll leave two of you 100% right, because sometimes, I don't know why people want to abuse power. Because for me, I just see all of this thing, Mark, as a way of abusing power, because you cannot treat your own people in the form manner in the name of, okay, yes, we can do anything that we want to do. Nobody will do anything to us because we are the one that are in power. You are just 4 more years to go. Then you are behaving like, okay, you have about 50 years. No, this is not about 50 years. This is just 6 years. So to treat your own entity, for example, you come to rescue your people according to you. But if, Mark, let me ask you again this, because for me, I'm still finding it difficult, because if some of the entities are not contributing to the national budget and they are making money, then where are we heading to, Mark? Are we heading to, maybe someone will say, maybe a few years from now on, we may be facing some financial crisis, or maybe budget shortfall, or all of these things?
No, what they did, because I listened to the hearing and the report is like, what they did, they increased taxes. The general sales tax, they took it from 12% to 13%. Then they carried the corporate or tax rate for businesses, they increased it by 2%. So technically what they are doing, when they steal the money from the Freeport and LPRC for not making contribution, they think they can make it up in other areas of government so they can get increased taxes. And when you increase sales tax, then it means that the people you putting taxes on, like you over there. Because it means anything you buy indirectly, you pay more than what, because they increase it by 1%. So it like the president will give them green light to steal from these state-owned enterprises. It goes to his back pocket or to his slush fund, to his president account.
So in the simpler form, Mark,
yeah.
In the simpler form, for example, for the other EDC, that for example, for the kilowatt, those of you, the poor people out there, that for example, if you recharge $5, instead of you getting maybe about 30 kilowatts of your little father, no, they will give you maybe 18 or 15 kilowatts there, because they want to.
That's what's happening. So they're increasing the taxes on you to make up for their stealing, because that's the only way. And like I said, there's two statements I follow from the government, the LRA and their team, that they are hindering the revenue mobilizing goal. So if they are hindering the goal, then it means you cannot reach the goal. That's why they are there to hinder the goal. And then they say, if they can just contribute fully the exact amount, then the LRA will be closer to meeting that goal. That's a contradiction right there. You were the same people that told us you wanted to reduce storage fees to bring down prices, but you, LPRC of all people, you are not remitting into the state coffers. And the consistency is there from 2 administrations now. Why is it, of all the state-owned enterprises, only LPRC and Freeport always happens to be the one when it comes to the criminal act taking the lead of not making remittances to the government consolidated account? Who can explain that?
So where are we heading with our system, Mark? Are we making progress, or we are just managing until, like, but I did say that President Bouaka is not in charge, because if he's going to be in charge, I'm not feeling something going to be happening. But are we making progress into our system, or are we just downing and wanting and just lying, or maybe abusing power and doing any other thing I want to do? Like, for example, the speaker also talk about jailing people. So where are we heading with our system?
But we're not making progress. I think you answer the question yourself. It's all about the abuse of power. It's all about flexing the muscle. What United Party people are literally telling you is, you know what? We can steal all we want. You must win an election to come after us, because we cannot prosecute ourselves. We cannot investigate ourselves. If we make the opposition mad, find a way to win election and then do the same thing. That's why people believe that United Party people will not leave from power. Because if they believe they will leave from power, they won't be doing witch hunt. But they know they will be there. It was the same mentality that CDC came up with. We used to talk about this thing. Oh, we here for 24 years, for 36 years. But no, power can switch hands. So United Party people are literally saying, we are not moralists. We will not investigate ourselves. But if anybody believes that we are stealing from the Liberian people, if it make you mad, go to the ballot box, go and win an election, and you'll be free to come after us. But for us, we will go after the people we want to go after while stealing at the same time, because we are the one in power. That's exactly what they are telling you in layman 10. Come and investigate me when you win election. Other than that, just keep quiet and we will keep stealing. That's just it.
Yes, Mom, that's just it. If the people already know that, oh yes, 2029 they will not be in power, they won't be doing what they're doing. But they feel to themselves that they will still maintain power after their first 6 years. This is why, because if you know what I'm doing, they will come after me. You will not be brave enough to be carry on this kind of broad daylight corruption, broad day respect and violation for rule of law and all of these things, because you know they will come after you. But this is why we say President Baka tested the water by taking people from tenure position, and those good for nothing people sat over there, the House of Representatives. This 80-year-old man used a Blamado degree and then overlooked them, and they accepted it. He tested the water and passed, and this is why you see all of this lawlessness. So 2029 election, let's see how it's going to be. But these people, they will not be willing to leave power, because if they knew they will leave power 2029, they will not be doing what they're doing. And we watch and see. But they should know we are not praying for it. God forbid, God forbid. Well, I'm glad to see what is happening around the world now. So they made that mistake. That's all. It's just a warning to them.
Maybe another talking point, right? If this president is not aware of things that are going on, just use your common sense here. One of the places, one of the sectors we have a huge challenge is the health sector. Dr. Nyan from the National Public Institute of Health, you saw how they were very swift in dismissing him without even an investigation. And the dismissal never came from him making mistake or doing things illegally from a day-to-day professional job, right? It was just about the politics and bureaucratic maneuvering that they got rid of him. But we are talking about people that violating laws, constitutional law, serving as a roadblock to the LRA, which is a very big crime, and you won't see any swift dismissal. So why you think it's the case? Because like I said, the president himself and his inner circle, they are getting a kickback. That's why they put people to this strategic area that can generate money so that they can get their portion. Because like I said, it has been consistent from the LPRC to the Freeport. Who you think running the show? And why you think that they are there? They are there to make report to the president and his crew. They are not there to generate revenue for the Liberian people. That's why they are there. And they will never get fired. But trust me, a healthcare professional, a man who is acclaimed internationally, he fired him in no time without even an investigation before the man could even respond. But why he's not talking about this? Because he's the chief architect. He's the one there receiving the money. Like I said, he's the kitty. He's the one that getting the money in the background. And that's what happened, my brother.
So then, Mark, then I go back to what you may call if all the things that we are saying, they are all maybe, let's say yes, the government is into all of these things and they are playing some deaf ear maybe to the people, they don't want to listen. And I just listened to Brother Ali talking about maybe the issue of power, the issue of them taking power and so forth. That maybe they may either maybe raise the election, but then let's go back to the same people. How come some of these people, they are quiet? Are they waiting for election time before speaking out, or what?
For me, the opposition, the way in which they are proceeding in the country, is not supposed to be like that. Like we continue to see here, the Unity Party, when it comes to propaganda, I think they are good at it. But now we see the opposition. Like when somebody can they talk today, maybe after 2-3 months, 4 months before they speak again, and looking at all the ills in society, what is happening, and they remain quiet. And we didn't see this happening during our administration. We saw how all the opposition, they were together and they were on the CDC back to back. But today, why are the opposition so quiet? Are they happy with what's happening in the country? Or they just want to give President Bakai the chance for him to do what he wants to do? If you would say that this old man strangled the citizens of the country with hardship, poverty, and other things, you want to tell me then 2028 now you go for election, or 2029 election year, that's the time you're going to tell the people. And this is time you need to be speaking to the people to tell them what is happening. Let them hear you speaking for them. But you can't sit there 2029 doing election year, that's the time you're going to them. So why you couldn't come all this time that we've been suffering here, we've been struggling, you couldn't cancel to give all the hope, to give up the courage, but you waiting 2029, meaning you coming to do the same thing you do. Because if you really know that you will change things, you should start talking. But now, let Liberian people know that, oh yes, so that tomorrow they will say we want to look up to this person. But all the opposition, they remain quiet and they are waiting for 2029 before that election year. Then they can, oh, you see, he did the one, he's supposed to be there. This is time for opposition leader to start speaking. But everybody remain quiet. And even Liberians, minus opposition, there are other Liberians that used to speak in the country. What was happening? But today they are all quiet. And you people satisfied with what happening now? Or because you get 80-year-old president, he's an old man, so you should just allow him to ride the country any way he feel like. But that goes to the opposition, because tomorrow they are the one that will be going in all of the slum to talk to the people. If you remain quiet now, then 2029, just sit back in your corner and remain quiet forever, because your person will be useless to me.
For me, I got a different take when it comes to the opposition. They are talking, it got too many gaps in it, and they are not consistent. Like Ali said, they are not consistent. For me, I say maybe I cannot be in politics, because if I be in politics, I will get killed. If I want to be an opposition, I will keep the government awake at night, because that's what an opposition is there for. You can see even the great country here. It mean that everything the opposition criticize mean that they are all good things. Even the good things they will still criticize, because that's the rule of an opposition. You want to make the people to believe that somebody is here keeping the government in check. So in America, of all places that claim to be this bastion of democracy, even though it's not a democracy anyway, it's a constitutional republic, which is a whole different thing. They still play the games. They were criticizing from day one on the election day. It's up to the people to decide whether the president in power is the one doing the right thing and the opposition politician are lying on him. But no, they will play their role. When the president do something great, they will say, no, it's not great. We got another idea. They do it consistently. That's how it is. On election day, let the people walk to the ballot box and go and either vindicate the president or punish the opposition for playing politics. But at the end of the day, you talk about one thing today. How many of them spoke against the firing of Dr. Nyan? You heard anything from anybody? No. Because they can cherry pick. Maybe Chairman Belete will say something today, then 1 year for maybe 1 2 months, then coming with case now, coming by his press releases, and people in like, brother, don't even read documents. So I don't know how he can keep giving press releases. Yeah, you got a country where people barely read, and you're talking about press releases. I don't know who can read his press releases. Then maybe one day, Simon Freeman will come, oh, I will be the first to have read Joseph Boga if I'm giving power. But yeah, but it's been 2 years later before you made that statement. Why are you not saying it every time? Why are you not putting in the ears of the voter every single week or every single day or every weekend? Why are you not making this kind of a statement? So they are disjointed. You got a lot of gaps. They are not coordinated on their message. And Unity Party understands that. That's why they keep doing it repeatedly. When they Sktv, like I said, if you want to get anybody credit for holding this government accountable on the most important issue, it will be Sktv. I let know most of the talk show, most of them, I don't even listen to them anymore, because it's all about this sensationalism. Oh, I got some leaked document. That all you are interested in. Because if you are surely interested in things that benefit or affect the people, then you will talk on the most pressing issue. We are the one can come here and talk about budgeting, about backroom deals, about, or concession agreement when the president travel where he benefit. How many of them can say these things? They are not interested in looking for a topic because they are not popular. They are harsh, and people don't like to go against their belief. That's why when we come here, we even get more attacked with the people that are stealing from them. Can you imagine you, Ali, we take the
right. It's a pay to play. Yeah, it's a pay to play, because most of the talk shows or most of our people sometimes they have to do these things just because of politicians. They have to take certain sides. They have to discuss certain topics and so forth. But for us here, like you just said them and there, but you are quite correct. But let's move back to all of the happening more, because mind you though, there are a lot of people too who are not part of any political parties. There are people who, in fact, they don't even care about parties. In fact, they don't even care about politics and so forth. But they want to see better life more. And some of them even voted for this president. Some of them voted for this government. But the way things are going, the way the politics, the trend, and so forth, the issue of muscling people, fighting back to back, Mom, are you thinking that maybe the government may either succeed on their fights, or maybe they may create more enemies? Because mind you, if you fought too many battles, sometimes you may end up creating more enemies. If you really observe, you will notice that in our entire political space, you will notice that people like, for example, people like Henry Kusa, once upon a time, people used to hearing, but after a certain time, he backslap, he fall himself into the end, come back here and then back to back. Then later on, even Martin Corey used to do the same thing. But now, if you really observe Martin Corey, it decided now to be okay. I think I will go this way instead of me fighting people back to back. I don't think that would take me anywhere. So if you really observe Martin not fighting people anymore. Martin not fighting battle here and there. But it decided not to be in my team. But let's go back to the issue of government fighting, people fighting all of the battles here and there, thinking that maybe that they will win all of the battles. Are you people thinking that maybe that they will win all the battles, or maybe they may let them lose into most of the battles because they may let them create a lot of enemy?
Well, I don't know. The nature of the question here is up to the government. A government that is very serious in governing won't pick fight. They will just keep on doing their work, and their work will do the talking for them. But when you get a government who want to pick fight, who want to challenge the media, people in the media, who want to attack their political opponent because they got different view, when somebody say nothing has changed, and then they come on the radio and the television and they insult people because they know they are not doing great when it comes to governing. That's why I say Unity Party can play politics, but they cannot govern. Governing means giving people the result that they voted for. That's a tough thing to do. You can make campaign promises. You can go on the campaign trail and talk all you want. Matter of fact, our people don't even listen to presidential candidate, their vision or their plan. Anyway, they just vote on emotions anyway, the vast majority of them. So the question is, a government that really delivering the goods, you think they will have time to come be picking fight? You think they will be having time to put all their government officials on Facebook in the name of a talk show? No, because they got nothing going. So they believe that they can use propaganda means to score political point rather than delivering the goods and get the backing of the people. And it's something they're not going to win. The question is, how are you going to punish them? That's what they're saying. If you think we are doing worse, then go to the ballot box and beat us. And one thing, let me tell you something, Mayborn, I don't blame some of these guys who try to play defense for the government and over time be like, you know what, this is now a smart fight for us. Because when you play quarterback for someone and the president won an election, you expect them, like Joseph Parker, high expectation, been in government for 4 decades, you raise the bar for him very high. And he start wasting pin from this one. And you cannot defend him. 1 minute is a payroll issue, harmonization issue. Another day, state-owned enterprises are not making remittances to the government, consolidated account. He firing people for no justifiable reason, taking them from any position, violating constitutional law. The question is, how long can you continue to defend such a man? Even if you came with the intention of defending him from the initial stage, you will get tired, right? At a certain point in time, you say, you know what, this thing is not even work because this man, he's not even helping himself. He keeps doing it repeatedly, one after another. Like he keeps stepping into the hole, and I can't keep building him all the time. So the lack of costa or the mountain color be like, you know what, we might as well find out our time and do something differently rather than playing quarterback for this government every single day of the week when they're not even interested in improving. Like I said, Unity Party got one goal. We will steal as much as we can. You can criticize us, but before you do that, make sure you are able to win an election, and then you are at liberty to come after us and prosecute us for the crime we are committing right now. But for now, we will steal 1, and 2, we will use our political power to go after people we want to go against. That's just why it is. Remember, I will say again, nothing more.
Yeah, Mark, you are quite correct. Even add up to that, I think because of that strategy, even if they lose elections, maybe 2029, they have that strategy of combating, bullying people, fighting back to back, and making sure that they confuse you. So even whether next government, whether it's communists, maybe Honorable Musa has some ability, in the first 6 months, they have that kind of strategy of just confusing you. But Ali, what say you? Are you sensing that maybe these people, they do all of these things just to maybe to silence the people? What's up? What's going on?
My man, the problem here, this government, first of all, like their information ministry, when you say the government is not doing nothing, they come out to insult people. I think when somebody come out and say nothing has changed or the government is not doing anything, you are there to outline the achievement the government have made or they are carrying on in the country. This is what you're supposed to do. But whenever you say the government is failing, the government is not doing anything, nothing has changed, they come out with insult. And this is some of the problem that we had during our administration, lack of information dissemination. Today, we want to be posting things that we did in the past during our administration, and it is already belated. So this is what I see happening in this government too. Instead of the information ministry be telling Liberian people the day-to-day activities of the government, their achievement, what they are doing in all the governmental sector in the various counties and things, they don't come to say that. The only time we really hear them talking when somebody says something, they come up with insult. Like Monk said, these people, and I said the same thing, they are not even thinking about leaving power 2029. Because if they have that mindset, they will not do what they are doing. because today you people going after people for corruption and other things, and then you people are even said doing worse than those people that you're going after. Joseph Boakai worked with Banasedi, they put any position into law, they signed everything, and he came today, he broke that leg. You were asking the last time, why are this thing happening? And Banasedi and Boakai worked together, they put those things into law. Why is he not going by it? Because he see himself as a lawless president. He came to break all the rules, all the law, the code of conduct of the country. And we get our lawmakers that are supposed to be there to keep the government in check, and they just realize, I don't know, they are receiving envelope from this old man that he carry on all this lawlessness and nothing is being done. And people in the country, they remain quiet because they, like what Mon always say, while the essence of protesting, because Liberia protest a year no fruit. People go to protest, at the end of the day, you don't see nothing. You don't even say shake the government. There are other countries where people protest, you can see the government can check, you will see something happening. But Liberia people protest is just a waste of time. You will just go, you stay in that sun, you stay in the rain for nothing. The government pays no attention to you. And this is an insult to the citizen that elected you, that when you're doing something and then they come out to speak and you ignore them, and you even say continue to do even worse than what you were doing at the complaint of. That's a great insult to the citizen of the country. Like I said, 2029 election is going to be very tough, and the Unity Party, they shouldn't feel to themselves that they can do anything for me. So this is time that when people say the government is failing, the government is not doing this, you need to prove them wrong. Your ministry should come out and speak. You show to the Liberian people what you guys are doing. But instead to be coming and be insulting, and then 2029 when election come, you think you will do anything funny for people to say, oh, you know, we fought war for 14 years for the sake of people, let it go. Josh, we had did that, but you don't know what other people will say. Nobody want to sit there and somebody just be using them. You see what happened in Tanzania, Cameroon, other countries around the world. Those people, they were not praying for it, but nobody's stupid yet. Like the saying goes, you can say that there's some, you get somebody using you over and over. Our children future continue to go backward all of the time. Today you go to UL, you get 40-year-old people still in University of Liberia. You get 30-year-old people graduating from high school, wherein they're supposed to get their master, now working and making money to take care of their family. You see, we are too old for us to be going backward. President Boakai, I will always say this old man, for the 2 years in government, he didn't work out of government one day. He could have been one of the best presidents ever in the history of Liberia. But I'm very, very much frustrated and disappointed in him. At his age, no. But 2029, I always say this, it is up to the Liberian people again to go and decide. We that live from here to go vote, we are just 1% of the population. They are the vast majority. So it's up to them 2029 to make a better decision. Okay, but the Unity Party, all the things that you're doing, breaking all of the laws, and people looking at you shouldn't try any foolishness 2029. You will not go free. That's it there.
But Ali, if you follow events happening in the country, you can see the trend, right? Up to now, nobody can give you a perfect description as to why Wilmer Pay got fired from the Lands and Mines Ministry or whatsoever it is. And we saw the same thing with Dr. Nyan, right? We knew. Yes. The thing that can get you sick to the stomach is when we come up with this information, it's not like we are making up stories. These are things that the average person can see and hear. The facts and the evidences are there. But yet, people will stay sit. Like I said, even the opposition leaders, they don't talk in terms of that coherence is not there. That consistency is not there. But then, even the people themselves, all the things that have been happening in the country, when you open the land, how many of them can say, you know what, we really venting our anger against the government? And this is why I keep saying, look, my brother, when you follow Africa history, most of the time, most of the coup were in the 70s, in the 80s. And the reason for that, because after most of the colonial master turned over government to the people themselves, that friction was still there. You know, you knew on the job. So most of the coup in Africa were mostly in the 70s and in the 80s. Okay. People are not going back to that old playbook wherein when the people are mad with the government, they got to bring up rising and kill innocent people. No, those days are gone.
But I go back.
Those days are gone, Aliu. These days, when the president is messing up and you violate the law, the military just go to your hustle money while you're in your pajama and take you out. Nobody going to Nobody going to bring building. Nobody going to bring schools. And the one who did nothing. No, those days are going. And you have seen it in almost every country. Whether it was Guinea, whether it was Chad, whether it was in Niger, whether it was in Burkina Faso, whether it was in Mali, whether we're talking about Guinea-Bissau. No, we don't. Those days are old school. We are not doing that nonsense anymore. We are not burning our streets. We are not destroying institution or structure. We are just coming to you, Mr. President. When you finish brushing your teeth, rinse your mouth, and you are out of here. That's the job, like I said, of the military, because we don't have a government. Our government does not operate. That's one of the reasons Madam Sali even criticizes this government by coming and say, "Oh, but we put rules and orders in place. We have public law. Why are you not following these laws?" Because he never came with the intention of trying to govern. They came with the intention to steal. And when you come with the intention to steal, then you cannot respect the Constitution. That's just why, that's the nature of the game. A president made him, that's why I said he will not be on the ballot so he could care less, looking at his age, the health issue, right? Whenever a president has got a long-term vision and a plan, when they take power, they want to work as hard as possible in their first term to gain the support of the people so that they can get that re-election, right? They can get re-elected. Then, I'm not saying they will be perfect, but when you can start seeing that little bit of slack. If you can observe, even from Madam Sali government, all the good things under Madam Sali happen in your first term.
Yes.
In the second term, they started messing stuff up, money
missing. Indeed, Mom. You are correct, 100%.
They were working overtime because when a president wants to make an impact, you must put in the work first. And then the people will give you that reassurance by re-electing you. But when you come, you start building horses and mansions and presidential villa and building mansions when the state cannot even say approve of a fresh budget, then it means you never came to government, you came to steal. That's just why it is. Because if you never came to steal, you will put in the work. These are some of the instances we expect the president to fire somebody directly or immediately, because we are talking about the LRA going before a congressional committee and telling you that the state-owned enterprises are sabotaging the government. Do you think I need any information or any kind of investigation? No, you are fired on the side because the LRA won't lie on you. That's a confirmation before a Senate or House hearing. So the question is, why is the president so quiet? He's not even interested. But when it comes to Wilma Pay and the Dr. John and removing people for turning position, there is within 24 hours they are gone. But for that one, no. That's why I keep saying he's the chief architect. He's the one receiving a portion in the back. He got so the LPRC, the Freeport,
NPA,
cash cow. According cash cow, it just generate money, unlimited money.
And more, let me say this because we just join you people with that discussion about the military and so forth, and that of the politicians. Because hopefully by next month, we'll be hearing almost 20 years of our activities into democracy and so forth. I don't know myself. I'm still finding it difficult to even retrospect to think about what have we really achieved after all of the war, fighting, killing each other, killing almost 250,000 people just in the name of bettering the system. But to see politicians still behaving the way they are behaving, and in fact, just my new group of people, in fact, some of people just enjoying the country wealth, and when we talk, they see like you are enemy, you are the one that is creating chaos, you are the one, in fact, I don't want to see the country prospering, and so because that's how they make this thing look like to their supporters. But most of the people, they are building homes at night, they visit their places that they build at night, they visit all of these things, and in fact, they corrupt the system, they enjoy all the best of life. But even the military out there today, some of them are making $200. You walk up to Canada today and say, yes, things are well. The security officers, with the a lot of the EPS officers that they pay maybe somewhere around 500 or 450 or maybe how you may call, and that of the NSA today that they said they can be audited. We don't know how many of people there, how much they're paying them, but it's according to a confirmed report, they're saying that they can be audited. But all of our research that we still doing, we understand that these places can be audited, but again, because of the power that people mark. Let's go back. Democracy is unique, it's good, it's sweet for our people to choose which way to go. But almost more times in, times out, Liberia is just becoming so terrible when it comes to democracy that every time when they elect people, when they stay in line, when they stay on the rain, on the sun, to campaign, So even some people love their life just to get us to where we are today. But at the end of the day, Monk and Dr. Ali, you will notice that few of people will just come and put the country into another serious embarrassment than what we are going through right now with all of the hauling and pulling, witch hunt, fighting who you want to fight, while you have other people sitting on your watch, but you prefer to go after people who are not part of the cycle. Monk, are we still creating another maybe scene of chaos, or maybe let someone say maybe we are putting maybe years from now on, we may likely put ourselves into a situation of we may not easily handle. What say you, Monk and Ali? Because for me, this thing is really getting to me, and it's getting out of hand that people are abusing power, and they are doing this just because they feel that they have part of the authority.
You know, usually I don't read comment when you're on the show because I think they can distract about this Darlington. I don't know. Payeli. He said that's the reason the old man put his nephew in the military, so it means he relaxing your hustle. He's not going to worry about any pushback from the military because the man who's running the military are the president's nephew. He won't overthrow his uncle. So
your uncle.
But you see, maybe that's one of the twisted notion we get. That's why people believe that the biggest scam ever sold to Africa when it comes to governance is the issue of democracy, because every country is unique. We don't have the same structure. Let me tell you something. They want to call Western civilization. They came from Greeks and Rome. The Greek, they have rules, they have order, they have structure in place. They got laws that check on laws. Even in America, they got rules and laws that check on other laws. In Africa, we don't have those things because the mindset about democracy is going to vote. In Africa, we believe once we vote, we turn our backs. They announce the winner, that's it. That's the only definition of democracy. They fail to realize democracy is so complex with so many layers. It's about effective governance. It's about diverse system. It's about tension between old and new idea. All these things, when you put them together, that's why it doesn't work in Africa, because we were never built for that. We may try to, maybe, can you imagine? Let me give you a typical example, maybe one or two examples. In the case of Liberia, the budget is the largest financial instrument in the entire bureaucracy in the government, right? The budget is a law. Where in the world have you heard that they passed a budget and the president and the pro tem, including the speaker, they requested and made changes to the budget after it was passed? You ever saw that happening? Where in the world you will hear that state-owned enterprises are not making remittances into the government after generating revenue? Where in the world you will see a certain party will allocate funds for one of their colleagues to go and remove a speaker and lodge in the hotel? Because you don't have a democracy. You think because you can vote and stay in land, then you think that democracy. No, that's not democracy. Democracy is way complicated than that. Whether it's about recall, whether it's about coming up with a new idea, whether it's about putting this thing to play, whether the president violating the law, these are all aspect of democracy. But in Liberia, I won't thinking, once I cast my ballot, I turn my back, I'm coming back that says yes, and the president can do whatever he chooses to do. No, that's not democracy. That's why you keep having problems in the country. And the people, the politicians understand that. That's why they can tax you. They can increase a budget, they can put a windfall in a budget and then turn around and tax you more, even though you are the one that are suffering the most, but they increase taxes on you because they know you won't do nothing. You got a whole different mindset about democracy, and they understand that. So I can't blame the president. The president knows the kind of terrain he's operating in.
But Ali, what say you before we go to the line to interact with our people? Because for me, democracy, I think, is really annoying to me. No, let me frank, it is 100% annoying to me, because I think our people should stand up if you want democracy, because God, who even in heaven, who will say yes is our Father, God allow us to even interact, to talk, to question, to disagree, to talk about things. But when the most stated, when you have a politician, you feel that they are your demon God, so you don't care to even ask them question. No one should talk about them. By the time we talk, you feel that that we are against your so-called, I don't know, God on earth. But more, but Ali, what say you?
Yeah, or maybe we just go to the line because I'm about to go for my appointment. But again, like what Mon just said, if you think because you pull your nephew or your whosoever over the military, that's why you're doing what you're doing, just know, even your military, not everybody in the military, that Unity Party people. So you should know the entire military, everybody there, they get their own political party that they support, and not everything the government doing that they in favor of. So for that reason, you say you can do what you want to do. So that's why don't even say depend on that, because if you depend on that, the person you get over there, your nephew, he above all the other people that are there. So we don't pray for this thing, but it shouldn't be something said to say he can depend on that, because when push comes to shove, his nephew can save him. So that just it there. But we'll see tomorrow. I'm waiting for my appointment.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Brother Aliu. Yeah, thank you so much. So to that moment before you come in myself, I saw that comment, and let me be frank. Monk, I think we will take maybe hopefully maybe next week we will go. Maybe if not this year, maybe we'll do it next year by God grace. Maybe the beginning part of next year. We'll also talk about the issue of nepotism 100% in C. Because Monk, that poor joke aside, there are people here today that bully other people just because of region. Just because maybe quote unquote someone come from Grand Crew, someone come from Maryland, someone come from San Jose, someone come from Riverside today. They bully them just because of their region. But today we have a government where even Senator Amara Conan admitted that almost 78 to 80% of the government officials come from Lofa County. But that's unique. That's good. No one is talking about these things. It's okay. But yeah, Monk, because for me, with the military issue, let me be frank, and myself, when I saw that, when the president made that appointment, myself, I thought maybe our religious people, our old folks, or our other people, maybe they're going to have issues. Say, no, we don't want to make the country to look like, because I think that's the first of a kind, because maybe apart from Dole and time, maybe from the PRC regime, to see that a person will be a city president coming from a county, then you have a chief of staff also coming from the same county. For me, Mark, I don't know about you, but actually when I saw that, I was thinking that maybe people want to maybe talk about these things, but again, all of this is slap, because okay, yes, it's unique, it's Joseph Walker. So let's move on. But what say you, Mark? Because for me, I really felt bad about that. I was thinking that maybe people are going to have their own issues, because I don't think that's the right way to go. I think you should appoint another person, maybe from elsewhere, than appointing someone coming from your own county.
You're talking about which position? Yeah. Which position are you talking about concerning the military?
The chief of staff, of the Republic of Liberia.
Well, I mean, that's it. If you're going to accuse the man of nepotism, which we keep complaining about, I can say dating back to the 80s, it was one of the reasons that the PRC or top of administration, they accused the people of nepotism, and when they took power, they were worse. They stole 4 times more than what the previous government did. They even took nepotism to a whole different level, and since then it has been the trend, never changed. So the president believed they're still going to accuse me of nepotism anyway, so why not do it to the teeth? And that's exactly what he's doing. And one of the places you look for when you want to consolidate power, you put your man on the Supreme Court. The next thing you want to consolidate the military. So if you would get a cushion from the military by putting his nephew there, then why not? Then he can go to bed without worrying about anything coming from the military, so that way he get it locked up. Because like I said, a nephew won't go after his uncle. But maybe here's the thing, I say the whole idea that we practice democracy in Liberia more than laughable. Even the voting process. How in the world you say you're part of democracy and you can trust people to go and vote in different regions or different polling stations? You finish undermining democracy right there, because democracy is supposed to be the will of the people. So it means when you are going to even trust voter, then you are undermining the process, because the people are not expressing themselves, because you are diluting their numbers. Let's say in a district number 10, the people believe that the government is not doing her job and they want to vote an opposition lawmaker. And the incumbent lawmaker went and struck people and won the election. It means you subverted the will of the people. And when you do that, then it means you undermine democracy. That's why I say we don't have anything close to democracy in Liberia. That's a joke. It's just a fun. It only on paper, it does not exist. And another thing, maybe one of the reasons that we got something called a representative form of democracy. One of the ways we can express our anger and resentment is through our lawmaker, because they have oversight responsibility. They are the first branch of government. They are the most powerful. Maybe based on how the government operates in Liberia, can you even differentiate opposition lawmaker from ruling party lawmaker? Can you tell the difference? You don't even know. There is no difference, because at the first place people look forward to when they want change, right? That's why you got opposition. When they say opposition lawmaker, we ain't supposed to be talking about this thing on radio or on television. The lawmakers should be the one with that kind of a news coming out. They're calling for a hearing quickly and issuing subpoena. And they're making referral to the Justice Department for prosecution. But guess what? With the exception of maybe you can call about ability talking once in a while, maybe I can't even name 5 of them. How often do we hear a caucus in the House to say that we're standing for bring people to make sure that we put things in order by keeping the executive in check? It can never happen. So sometimes I won't blame the people, but looking at the country, I mean, it can get maybe weak. Civil society is there. Traditional chiefs and elders, they are there.
Civil society people, they are trying all of their best more.
Lawmakers,
in fact, the media will also try. In fact, they've been doing all of their best. And you just nailed something more. In fact, you just said something very serious. And because of some of these things, that's why today we are to where we are today. Because every time the people will change, like I always say here on this show, every time the people will change lawmakers or maybe change people, at the end of the day, the same people. Can you imagine more? They stated, you have yesterday, local Senator Davos did not play both opposition and ruling party role. But you have people like Arnold Bakugba Jr., you have people like Nathaniel Mangel, you have so many of them who claim that in fact that they come from the opposition end, or in fact they were voted independently, or maybe something, or maybe in fact they come, even the other lawmaker foundation number 6. I think something happened sometime last year, or maybe the beginning part of this year, send the government mustering a little bit. He just went quiet. Yes. He just went quiet. I don't know.
It's not. No, the reason you're not hearing from them because they got a lot of contract ratification coming up and will be a lot of kickbacks. They all will benefit. They will all become millionaires again. They will get more and more money. So, like I said, it's a tradition, it's a culture in Liberia. We got a twisted mindset about democracy. We do not even understand what democracy means, because democracy is not only going to ballot, but it's talking about good governance. Look at everything about salary. You don't think that's bad governance, and bad governance is part of democracy too, right?
Good.
Yeah, you're not even paying
bad governance.
Adequate pay. Yeah. It's not democracy already.
$50, $100.
Yeah. When you underpay people, then it means you pose a threat to democracy, because it means you will get a pushback and what you don't want. So the whole idea that Liberia democracy, that's a lie. We are not even anywhere closer. We are not even making the effort to be a democratic state, because everything that requires in democracy, they are missing Liberia from the chief executive to even the lawmaker. They don't talk. If I were to carry you now in a house and tell you, Mabel, of all 73 lawmakers, I want you to pull the ruling party lawmaker on one side and put opposition on one side, you won't be able to do that. Because there is no difference between the two.
Indeed,
there is no difference.
But Mark, and there were sometimes when I see some of the presidents, or maybe even when I see or maybe our leaders, or maybe our president fighting about control, but what you mean wasting your own time? Not if they control, for the fight for.
Why you fighting for control? They put getting rid of the difference that say you want control.
When I got to Atlanta, with our people, 0770-203125. That's the number to call this evening to be part of the Sktv show right here on 2FM 96.1. Today's caller, David King. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Liver. I'm joining you this evening from a Fernandez resident. You know, what is happening all around us here, I think this is something that Joseph Bola is hoping for to happen. You remember Alpha Conde did a thing. He took the nephew from the French gendarme, took him for the French gendarmerie, and came to Guinea. He made him to become the executive marshal guard battalion commander, which is the very good. So they purported that thing. They make it look like it was a kind of cool. But you saw Alpha Conde sitting in a house with his legs straight, and the guy was running the show. Today, Dumbuya is running now for president in Guinea. So I believe what happened in Guinea-Bissau, even though Lenin was just held, the president was claiming victory and the opposition leader was claiming victory. There will be the time for the election commission where now the winner, the military came and took the president, and they said they are taking over. So we are seeing in Liberia similar thing we are not too far from it because Joseph Boakai made his entire military to be politicized by taking his nephew, David Follett, and making him keep a staff and taking his ally for Nima County, Dino, and making Deputy Chief of Staff because Dana used to be the commanding general. So this now is the Deputy Chief of Staff, David Follett. So I initially getting is a kind of formation Joseph Boakai had formed in Liberia. So we got to be careful that this democracy that we have over 250,000 Liberians dying for, it will soon be taken into shambles because of some of these things that Joseph Boakai is doing in our country and nobody holding in account. And all of our work people, like you said, my own party, this is why I was just telling one of the executives. I said, wow, we are so silent, like nothing is happening. All of the bad things are happening.
It's a shame to you people, very, very shame. That you people say that they don't play in both opposition and that I call it winning position role.
Yeah, why we're not talking, why we are not talking, just sitting here, like nothing's happening. So we got to wake up for our slumber.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. One day you'll wake up. You'll be there, you'll be waiting. One day you'll wake up. 0770203125. That's the number to call. Sorry, let me set the thing. Yeah, keep your calls coming. Those of you who've been calling him. Hello, today's caller. Good evening.
Good evening, people.
Yeah, my brother. Good evening. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us.
Good evening to you. Good evening to your fellow panelists. This is the voice of the common board chairman and biggest star.
Okay.
Therefore, can you give me a reason why Madam Salih did not recommend Mr. Boakai for the presidency when he needed recommendation?
I don't know, my brother. Everybody have their own maybe reasons or so forth. For me, I don't know.
I mean, because very sure being the best kind of witness for Mr. Boakai because she chose him for class president in the for 12 years. But Madam Salih did not choose this president because for 12 years, Madam Salih has shared responsibility with him, including the Minister of Youth and Sports. He was just a sharing blame and not taking responsibility. Yes, all man is noted for not taking responsibility. He is noted for spoiling every institution. Look at the man pass. Now look at institution that you are taking over before. The level with the LPNC. LPNC was damaged on him.
Let's go to the real issue, my dear brother.
It's a class. And the real issue is until Liberia can take this country from Mr. Boakai, who is a very reckless and irresponsible man, not go any further. That's the issue for me. Thank you.
Keep a calls coming 0770203125. Where are we heading as a country with all of the witch hunts? So you're going to the real issues that will maybe make our society far better. But civil service salaries and all of these things, no, you're living all of these things, you are running after the country interesting. No wonder because of hatred. The hatred in the country is just too much. You know, I can tell all of us for free that in fact we don't care about our country anymore. We just care about how to fight each other, how to bring each other down. But keep your calls coming 0770203125. Today's caller, good evening. Hello. Hello. Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, people. People, this is Arabic family. I'm trying to discussion for political marketing and of competence. Therefore, I'm always saying this. Therefore, I'm not meant for people to use voice or to make statements to deceive people. You see, the word democracy or someone would say freedom of speech. Don't use the word to deceive people when you get to power there. You use the kind of word that you use. You see, today, people came to power and said they believe in freedom of speech. But today in the market, we are living to our speaker. And the speaker of the saying that you were a great journalist. They never even freedom of speech. I mean, when I give words that they used before. I don't like for people to use words to deceive people that like a very hard opinion. When you tell me this is what you should do, you say words, it should be telephone last and 20
But you people too, hello, but you people too are now holding the leader accountable. Every time they will come to you and tell you, say, vote for me as representative, as someone was saying, this 55th legislature, in fact, they are the most, I don't know if you see group of people that you probably will ever see, but yeah.
Then you are picking up purposely. No American to get any president with the military and army. What happened to Syria? What happened to Yahya Jammeh? What happened to Burkina Faso when Black Power were in power? Now people power, people grow. People they were determined to remove the people who were guilty against the people. When people are determined to do this, no American say even of them to challenge them. So they probably feel that it's depending on Ame, that's what they say. He will be the Ame. People are saying that it's wrong.
All right. All right, my dear brother. Thank you. Keep your calls coming 0770-203125. The WhatsApp number is also there. Those of you who are also watching and following us, you can also call in to be part of the show this evening on the May week edition of the Sktv show. Where are you, my people? Are we really practicing democracy or are we just managing? Because, mind you, though, we are making other people rich. Every year, the time for election, we go to review polls, 6 o'clock, some of us 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock, and after electing these people, they go out there, they buy a lot of quotes. Look, that's very interesting. Yeah, actually, no, we are still joking. Well, I don't think we're ready for any kind of a change. So, where are you people? Where are you heading to when it comes to democracy, the issue of the rule of law, the citizens, and that of their leaders and so forth? But let them more calls. The line keep blinking. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
Neighbor, when the economy is not working, who's responsible? It's the president. When the security sector are not functioning well, who is responsible? It's the president. So the president control the federal ministry and the central bank. They control the police and the justice system. So when there is a witch hunt, there is somebody who's the most powerful man who is following that witch hunt. And this most powerful man is also powerful to control the legislature. Those legislators are being controlled in two means. One, you will be controlled, you will be bamboozled through the police if you don't submit. Or you will be bribed with an envelope to second the will of the president. So, since the president got a will to bribe the lawmakers or to use the police against them, like you saw in the capital empire, in the empire, some guys there, some group of lawmakers there, will renew with the speaker. What happened to them? Some of them hands were breaking.
Even up to now, some of them 2 years now, they haven't getting any of their district. What kind of country is this? Jesus. What?
Because if you see the world squad treating the labor opposition, this will lead to war. This recklessness will lead to war. If this president cannot lead us, let him lead us. That's just it. Because he is the one that he's stationing all of these things that's going on. He's throwing the rock and high head. That is what's going on. Nothing these guys are doing.
But nobody's stopping. Let's be frank too. Nobody's stopping all of the other leaders or opposition leaders not to come out, not to speak out. When they get called over, keep talking. Why they don't want to come out? To why they keep backing behind the scene? I'm forced to go and kneel down for my own, or maybe for things that is by law. All right, thank you. Then I mean they're not ready to lead their people. So, my what a long time ago. Good evening.
my children in the diaspora. More Stevie Masale. I want to say, I can listen to your every day for my children. My people that are talking, my Sktv story, I beg you, help me, so want you away. I keep saying, I want to sell it, I beg you. More Stevie Masale, I want to sell it. I beg you. Then life is comparable for me, I beg you. I beg you, I want to mess. I want to say thank you to Masale. I want to tell you thank you. I thank you. You help me. Let me start selling. Let me start doing small things. Let me look for this. I beg you.
Yeah, I know, I know. All right, thank you. And Mom, I thank God that people are listening. Those of you, you can also, you know, that's the thing. That's the kind of thing we do. So those of you who are also watching, please be a help to some of the people. Hello, today's caller. Good evening. Yes, man, they go ahead. Thank God that at least our mothers are calling.
I want to say thank you to you guys for the discussion. As I always say, once I want to get clarity on anything, I turn to the station. I can get clarity from one for every one of you. So I want to say thank you so much for me. Why do we want just now?
Oh, shit.
Just today, I decided to go you go camp on my way going. I got it with me. He came behind me, now my shoulder money. I said, money. Can you pay on my transportation? I said, oh, I'm sorry, my friend, I'm not enough to information on the company. He said, okay. As I was saying, I may ask what a 5%. And you could see in your face that he really went great. I said, God, I never had to assess him. Never did I say,
but I mean, tell me, the member is saying talking to the same. I tell you,
maybe we're going one priest.
Yeah, thank you. One more call quickly, then we'll cross over to Mark. I want to play some video coming from hello to this caller quickly. Good evening. My brother doing great. Thank God for life. Go ahead. Hello? Hello? Well, when I get you, so let me take Brother Louis quickly. Yeah, Louis. Good evening, my dear brother.
I want to thank you for your energy, man. What do you get your super every evening, my man, on Sktv, my man? What do you get that passion and that energy?
That's just by God's grace, my brother, what to do? You don't got to serve our people. It's not easy for God there.
I want to thank you, man, for having the courage. A young man, Johnson Kula, is always there to speak of issues. The actual politicians and opposition are nowhere to talk. I also want to say hats off to Mong and Masale. I mean, America is a very busy place. They squeeze in 1 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours to make their contribution because of their country. I think that's rewarding. That's laudable. I want to say hats off to them. I want to close on this note. It's up to you and Melbourne as well. For me, I've said already, I'm awaiting the legislature. If the budget pass, the travel is before them, and they do nothing about the civil servant with a $1.2 billion budget for the whole 2 months, my advocacy will be on them. Melbourne, are you aware that at the legislature, if they draft a bill, for example, the rental bill, if a bill can, if a communication come to the legislature, one of their statutory responsibility, they can review that bill. They can revisit that bill, and see to it that it is in the Liberian people's interest and the partners or the concessionaire interest. They can balance the bill. You don't have to pass it at a pace. They have staff. I read that their responsibility is they can review, revisit the bill, and say, oh, rental, it can't be like this. In as much as you want this, you don't have the capacity.
So, Brother Louis, quickly.
To Chevron, can we get 50%? And you get 50%? It is their responsibility, not just to rectify, but to review. You can even re-examine and carve the bill over. Structure it in the best interest of the people.
Good. So quickly, Brother Louis, and let's say confirmed report that we've been hearing or I've been getting from our entire corridor is that almost all of the time, people they will be requesting for what in there for them first before they can go to any meetings or they can go to any gallery. They want to know first what in there for them. Can you imagine? Brother Louis,
they always put their interests first.
than looking at the greater good or the percentage of the country. That's absolutely right. But I'd like to close on this note for you and Melbourne and the rest of the staff. Why aren't we talking to the Liberian? We are playing government time immemorial. Why are we talking to ourselves as a people, as a society, as an electorate? Why we continue to blame the leaders? And then I listen to all of the calls. I mean, Baka is wicked. The other men say, why Ellen, that the recent Ellen didn't recommend him? Who can recommend people? Who recommended Ellen for the presidency? People don't recommend people. I think my anger, the legislature and the Liberian people, what are we doing about ourselves? All the people talking. When the election get close and the people get money and the campaign start, you'll see the very group that are complaining. They will take out their party jacket, defending, going for the side account with a few dollars. But they are complaining now where our citizens can go drain electionary prices.
I think that property. Thank you. Thank you, Louis. But I think that property. Yeah, thank you. I think it's property because of lack of jobs. People don't have anything to do. So if even I will hear when I'm at a brand new party, let me be free. Yeah, you were whatever more.
We bring new party, you'll be the man on the block, right? It almost like they can be blindfolded, then after election for the eyes open, right? How it seems like that. Where you can be, you see this in the country, and you are like you are tone deaf to reality. No, you will be the one to go through it. So I don't know. You don't have how they call it, an open, or eye opener after the election. No, you got to shine your eye before the election so you don't repeat the mistake. But no, they can do it after. That's when they start criticizing. No, but you were there for 6 years. You saw what happened. The politician came back to you. They made their cases to you. You know their background. So you cannot tell me your eyes will open after election. You're already late. We don't campaign after election. The elections are over. It's a one-time event. You can make better choices way before the election. That's how you should operate. But no, you want to do the total opposite. And at the end of the day, man, our sister that called, she said things tough. Like, we know that one is not story, like everyday thing. It will even get tough than what you are seeing right now. So that one, you will encounter a lot of people on the street that will be coming to you or asking you. In some instances, they will come to rob you because at least that man was sincere enough to come and even ask you. There will be instances where you yourself will be at risk. So expect the worst, because the thing is, when people keep getting worse off economically, that's when crime and things can improve. That's why everybody in the country is mad, because it's not working, it's not going on well, and people will react in different ways, shape, and form. So thank God that of an individual walk to you and say, sister, it's not easy, help me to pay my car, but no, some of them will come for your back. If possible, they will end up gassing you just to take something away from you. So we welcome that news, that at least he was able to ask you for transportation to fill out his money.
Yeah, my brother, thank you. So those of you who call in, I think the brother Louis stated, I think Louis' point is 100% right. Because, Mom, how come we are not holding these people accountable and our eyes will be wide open? But again, in fact, we are the same group of people, Mom, that even supporting some of the people bad attitude. But we won't be in the same, Mom, and be crying. That just so confusing to me. That people will be crying against, because, mind you, Mom, a motorcyclist, or maybe no motorcyclist, even they carry you or the transport fare, it's not for CDC, it's not for United Party, it's not for ANC, it's not for OCC, it's not for CMC, but the transport fare for all passengers that will want to commute from another place to another place. So if the motorbike, maybe the motorbike will not charge you $50, like $50 you will charge all the other people.
No,
you will not pick and choose.
You're not picking and choose. That's
the solution. Okay, it is my government. It is my party, because I voted for their person. I don't know, Mo. We just because slave to the people, man.
Yeah, exactly. Slavery. It's frustrating. It can suck the energy away from you. It can make you weak, you know. Even some other can be on the radio, and sometimes you can get one throw in the tower. Be like, it's not even worth it. It's not worth the time, because the people, like I said, the people who you claim to be advocating for, they don't even recognize that they themselves, they are the real slave, that they believe they are beholden to this, or they are indebted to this politician. We are recognized now. Your future has been destroyed. You know what it means to wake up every day and you don't know when things will change. You're just hoping and hoping. Says yeah, can't buy. Another says yeah. You are getting younger. You are getting older every day.
That's a bit more. Let me say, Brother Louis. Yeah, 30 seconds. Quick, please. We got to go.
I will use 2 seconds. I want to apologize for interrupting you and more. Trust me. And we're complaining. Just watch out for the 6. the party homecoming at the unity, you will see the play. You will see it will be graded. On the 6th unity party is having their launch and because I was told that they paid for the airport already. December 6th. If you see human being that will gather at that combatant party headquarters in the Jamboree in the France, celebrating, promoting the politician, making speeches, remark. You see the very populate, the society, the population. Trust me, on the 6th, today is the 26th.
All right.
The 6th, you know the party launch at headquarters, see the cracking up.
All right.
Suffering the country.
All right, thank you.
I'm
I tell you, about to bring new party. Myself, in fact, the people come down. I remember Louis. I don't know for me. I don't have my anymore. Only political parties. But mom, we gotta go tell us something quickly.
Man, my man, not much. I'm just getting ready to come white man trade because we man for us yesterday. I must say I can get on the mat for them too.
Well, but people, good night to all of you. Good night. We'll see you on tomorrow by God's grace.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving us here, the parents from there. The work with my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play police who make on you. I can't Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes, I know money. The more I get you. And you love me. The more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
And I didn't ya to money, and I sang ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I sang ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, to San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.